I hope everybody had a great week. You know, it's that time when people are traveling, taking their spring breaks, things like that. So, tell me in the chat or in the comments if you're watching on the replay, are you traveling soon or have you just traveled? As I mentioned last week and a few minutes ago, I just got back from my first quilt retreat. It's maybe like my second or third retreat ever. That's not true. I'd say maybe my third or fourth retreat ever. But the first quilt retreat. And man, it was so good for so many reasons. I can't wait to tell you. Robin says, I'm planting seeds inside and direct sowing outside. Okay, so you're out getting ready for harvesting. I love it. Well, planting those seeds so you can harvest later. Now, are you growing your own food or are these flowers? I'd love to know. Robin sews. She quilts, she sews, and she gardens. So, where was the retreat? So, it was at Bon Secours. It is a what do you call that? It's a retreat center run by like nuns. It's in I want to say Martinsville, which is really close to Baltimore. Maybe closer to Ellicott City area. We went to a couple of quilt stores out there, found some amazing things. Yeah. But yeah, so it wasn't far. It was only about maybe an hour and 15 minutes from me where I live, right outside of DC. And my dog was boarded in Fredericksburg because that's the cheapest place that I've found. And actually, it's cheap enough, maybe like $15 to $20 a day. It's cheap enough to make it worth the trip south to drop her down there. So when I left on Thursday, I actually drove like 2.5 hours from outside of Baltimore to Fredericksburg in the middle of the day. It took about 2.5, 3 hours. So anyway, yes, Jackie says, I didn't travel this month, but I've been drowning in family birthdays and my birthday. I know, girl, so many birthdays this month for you, but it's not like you don't travel every other month of the year. Okay. Jackie's that friend that you call and you're like, girl, like Waldo, where are you? Where in the world are you? Sometimes it's Seattle, sometimes it's Ghana, sometimes it's Dubai, sometimes it's Australia. I don't know. Like everywhere. I want to be like Jackie when I grow up. So Robin says, direct seeding the cold loving flowers now, like poppies, lavender. Love that. Rosemary, parsley, cilantro for the herbs so far. Carrots are next. I love that. One day I'll have a little garden. I've tried it before. I sowed a lot of seeds and got maybe like 3 grape tomatoes and 1 miniature red pepper. And nothing was edible. So, I mean, it was like I wasn't ready for all the weeding and all the watering and all those things. So, anyway, that's a bucket list thing for me. But for right now, I'm just glad if I can keep my house plants alive. Hello. Okay. I don't know if the name is Samar, but hey, if that 9/14 means September 14th, holla at your girl, because I'm September 16th. Virgo's in the house. Hey, love. Welcome to the Late Night Sip and Sew. Everybody is going to welcome you in. We love to know where you're from, if you sew, if there's another craft that you do. So yes, Jackie is responding. I have passport, will travel. Yes, girl, I love it. I love it. Joy says, I'm too tired of paying $2 for tomatoes. I know that's right. And here's the thing, they taste so good when you grow them yourself. One of my besties grows fruits and vegetables in her backyard, and she always has extra and shares with me. So Sandra from Franconia. Love. I'm so glad to see you. This is one of my coworkers. Oh my gosh. Hey girl. Welcome. Yes, so it's always great to welcome people into the late night sip and sew. Joy says, Jackie, you been to Dubai? I'm pretty sure she has. She's going to let us know, but she's been to so many places. So Robin, this is actually Sandra. My friend Sandra from work. Welcome. Oh, that's so wonderful. I just love doing this, and I love this platform. Welcome to my basement, my sewing room. Jackie says, yes, loved Dubai, so clean. Oh my gosh. My dream bucket list vacation is Australia. I would love, love, love to go to Australia. I'm actually watching a really funny comedy. Well, it's kind of a dark comedy, but it's funny as all get out. That takes place in Australia. It's called Deadlock. It's about a town called Deadlock. If you have seen it, just put a ha 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 in the comments because it is hilarious. And if you haven't seen it and you love a good mystery that will also make you laugh, but also keep you on the edge of your seats, like Who Done It? Check out Deadlock. But anyway, yes. Oh yeah, Joy, she's been to Nigeria too. I'm pretty sure. But okay, so what are we working on tonight? We are well, you know what? Oh yes, I will start there. I'm going to show you this block. This is called like a wonky star. And the reason why, obviously, is because it's all kinds of like different sized points. And I love that. A lot of quilting, we try to be like sewing in the line and doing things a certain way. Well, anyway, I was ready to try the wonky star. And you know what, guys? Here's the other thing. I am making this from fabric that I got at the quilt retreat. So let us, now that people are here, let us switch to, I'm going to take the comments off the screen for just a moment. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about my first quilt retreat. Yay! All right, so here's the thing. I was well overdue. If you were here last week or the last couple of weeks that I've been talking about this, I have not been on vacation since before my daughter was born. Actually, the last time I went on a legit vacation, it was to Cancun while pregnant with her. And while it was a wonderful vacation, I also had morning sickness, like a lot of it. So, it was also, she was still affecting my vacation. Okay. So, yes. So anyway, fast forward, here we are, 7 years later, I finally get a break. Like, no daughter, no son, no dog. Everybody is taken care of. I can relax. And I did just that. I mean, I really, really leaned into it. So much so, I didn't even really get a chance to hold on. So I've taken the comments off the screen, but I want to say welcome to Tote. She says, so sorry, I'm tardy for the party. It's all good, girl. Welcome. We love you. Donna is here. She says, I just stepped in to say hello. Gotta go. Off to a flight to Boston. Bye, Donna. Safe travels. We love you. Can't wait to hear about your trip. And yes, okay. So that's all that we've missed in the comments. But anyway, yes. So the retreat started on Sunday. On Saturday, there were several things I wanted to do. I was trying to jam way too much into a couple of days, just like events. There was an embroidery demonstration I wanted to go to. I still needed to pack. I needed to drop my dog off in Fredericksburg, and I underestimated the traffic midday on a Saturday to Fredericksburg. That's 95 South. If you live or ever travel 95 South or 95 North on the weekends, you know. Well, anyway, so I was in the car for like 5 hours between getting down there and coming back, dropping my dog off at boarding. Well, anyway, I got home and I sat down and I was like, whew, I started to fix myself some dinner and I was like, you know what? Let me let the dog out before I get comfortable. That's when I remembered, oh yeah, I dropped the dog off. I'm in this house alone. I cannot remember the last time that was the case. And I got so comfortable, y'all. I started binging Dateline, watched some crazy stories. Law and Order, like all the things. And I laid in bed and I kept saying, so like on Saturday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up early and I'm going to pack for the retreat, which started at about maybe 11, 12 on Sunday. I'm going to pack early in the morning and hop on the road. So I went upstairs, got in bed, and as I'm laying there, I'm like, you know what? You haven't even like washed any clothes. You have to pack your clothes. You have to pack up your sewing machine. You have to pack up all of these things. Like it started to get a little overwhelming, as life does sometimes. And so I kind of got paralyzed and I did not actually leave on Sunday. So I missed the first day. And I was starting to get into my head a little bit about that. But then I was like, you know what? What is the purpose of this retreat, right? The purpose is for me to enjoy my time. So instead of getting stressed out and overwhelmed because I'm not packed and I'm not on time, just be okay with it. And you know what? That's what I did. And I was totally fine. I got up the next morning. Well, actually, I washed some clothes that night and put some clothes in my suitcase. I wasn't fully packed, but it was enough. Got up in the morning, packed my car. I was, it's warm outside. I was having a problem with ants and I didn't want to leave anything on my kitchen counters. So I was like scrubbing, cleaning, spraying, different things to keep the ants away and just doing all the things so I could come home to a house that I felt good about. And I got on the road. I think I missed lunch the second day. And but when I got there, I got to my room, sat down. I don't even know if I did any sewing that night. I think I just set up all my stuff and relaxed. And you know what? It was great. Here's the thing. Like I was about to ruin this trip for myself because I was putting like unneeded stress on myself to have a good time. But it's like, if you're resting, that's a good time. There's nobody calling mommy. There's no dog with a wet nose on my leg, like asking me to go outside for a walk. Like it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So we haven't missed anything in the chat while the messages are not up. Robin's iPad died, so she's like, darn, gotta switch to my phone. That's all good. As long as you're on the screen with us, you are good, girl. So let's move through some of the things that I did. I am just too tickled that Sandra is here. Hey, girl. All right, so I had a couple of goals, actually too many goals for this retreat, but I wanted to make the everything but the machine tote. And the reason why is because when you go to these things, I also go to Sip and Sews every so often, every Tuesday during the summer, occasionally during the school year. But you have to pack up your machine and your fabric, all the things. And so, yeah, I wanted to make this and I'll show you why it's so great. So Tote says, too blessed to be stressed. Yay, yay. In parentheses, in the Ice Cube voice. I think I did it justice. I don't know. You tell me. Robin says, I haven't been sewing in a couple of weeks, but I'm trying to get 2 rooms painted and new flooring. Girl, that's enough. Okay. That is enough. Let us not stress ourselves and put all these deadlines and things on us. I mean, is the Pope coming to your house, this summer and you have to get it ready by then? Like, what is going on? Like, it is your own deadline and you can push it back as much as you need to. You know what I mean? Like, let's have some discernment, right? So that we can relax. And Robin says, LOL, yes, Nate. All right, so I wanted to make this. I have a couple more pictures for those of you who maybe haven't seen it before. This is just same tote, but different angle, different fabric. And yes, so there's like plastic, a plastic tower inside, and it is so awesome. So let me grab mine. Ooh, I'm trying to keep it off camera until I can do the big reveal. Okay, here we go. Here it is. I've got the little trolley thing in the back so I can slip it right onto my sewing machine suitcase, right? Super convenient. There's also a little pocket back here for rulers. Okay. Let's pull that out because I'm actually going to need this in a little while. All right. Now, I haven't organized these drawers yet, but those of you who claim I have OCD, and I don't think that I do, but I will be labeling them. So let's unzip it. All right. So here it is. Here's the front pocket. It's kind of on a slant. Okay. And it's got, let me zip this back up. This is the first time I've ever worked with an adjustable strap. I've never done this before. I have made bags before, but not recently. Here is, so you can make it like super long. So if you wanted to put it on your shoulder, you can. Matter of fact, the picture for the, as I am bumping the camera, the picture for the, for our Facebook group, I definitely had it on my shoulder. This is my everything but the tote. Everything but the sewing machine tote. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to probably keep it right here. I'm putting the comments back on the screen, and we're going to go back to here so I can move on to the next thing. I'm going to keep it on my sewing table, and I'm so excited about it. I couldn't find the perfect fabric for it, but I finally did. Actually, the problem was the first time I went to the fabric store with Grace, another one of those things that was stressing me out beforehand, and I could not even focus. Like, she is running around the store. I'm trying to pick out fabric. That's just, it's not a good thing. So after she was picked up by my ex-husband, I ended up going back to the fabric store, and that's when I found that fabric. So let's see. So Sandra says, very cute and tidy. Thank you. Robin says, oh my goodness, I love it. You did a gorgeous job and beautiful fabric. Thank you, girl. Joy says, wow, absolutely stunning. Nate says, OMG, it's so cute. Jackie says, so nice. Love it. Thank you so much, guys. So here's the thing. Deb says, that's fantastic. Thank you. Nate says, yes, girl, you have OCD. That's okay, because it works for you being as great as you are. Thank you. So here's the thing. In my opinion, it is maybe an 8. Like, I had some trouble. With the seam allowance because I haven't sewn a bag that requires a 3/8 seam allowance. If you're here and you sew, you know that, typically, like for our quilts, we use a 1/4 inch. And so I had a little bit of trouble with that. And then also the front part with the little pocket that hangs down, it's in turquoise and in the picture on the screen. I listened to one of my friends because I had run into a question with the pattern. I listened to one of my friends. She was like, oh, you do it like this. Trust me, it's fine. Well, put it like this. We'd all had a little bit of wine. So I sat there and I was like, are you sure it goes like that? She was like, no, absolutely. Once you turn it inside out, it's going to be just fine. And like in my mind, I'm visualizing that the zipper is supposed to be at the top and not the bottom. And what she's doing looks like it's going to be at the bottom, but she was absolutely positively sure, slightly inebriated state. And yeah, it didn't go well. And so that was that. At that time, that night, I was like, you know what? I will pick this up tomorrow. And so I had to like, pull out the seam ripper, rip it all apart. I sewed it together again, but I sewed it too close. That 3/8 was a little bit more closer to 4/8, which is 1/2 inch, which was like on top of the zipper almost. Anyway, it was a tough project for someone who hasn't made any bags in a while, but I am completely inspired because my friend Pat did a computer bag, which I was so jelly about. So I'm thinking about maybe we'll do a sew along if there's anybody that wants to make a iPad or laptop bag. Super cute. I will definitely share that information with you. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat after I close out the live stream. So it'll definitely be available for those of you watching this on replay. Anyway, so I plan to make it again, but I'm hoping to make it a little bit more perfect. So that's not my OCD talking. That's just I want to do it again and again and again. Anyway, so checking in with the comments again. Robin Nate, I totally agree. So much talent. Oh my gosh. Thank you. It's going to be a real flex taking that tote to retreats. I do agree. I'm super excited. Although I just feel like I'll be among the other people a lot of the women in my quilt squad have been sewing for 5+ years, and they all have one. So Nate says, a lunch bag, please. Joy says, it looks advanced level. You did a great job. Let me say this. I would not have been able to do it if it were not for the ladies there who had already done it. They had to help me so many times. I'm just going to give a shout out to April. I have named the bag April Flowers. Okay. April was instrumental in me doing this tote. Robin, Julie, Pam, thank you so much, ladies, for your continued support, but also your help. Whether, you told me to do it right or wrong, drunk or sober. I love it. It was so great. Miss Joy is in the house. Hey, Queen, welcome. Good to see you. We are all having a blessed day. I pray you are too. All right. So anyway, moving on. The other project that I wanted to do was the jacket. Okay. Last week I talked about doing it out of the blue 2-inch scrappy blocks that I did, but no. I got there and I had a change of heart. I decided I wanted to do it in this red, white, and black quilt that I've started. Okay. It was going to be a quilt. It wasn't until I got to the retreat that I decided to do it. By the way, before y'all start saying, oh my gosh, you made this jacket. No, I did not. I used AI to create Jerome. That's what I call ChatGPT. We have a very personal relationship because we work together often. I asked him, I said, here's my quilt. Here's the quilt pattern. Can you tell me what my jacket is going to look like when it's done? And so this is what he said. It's called the Tamarack jacket. It's so cute because my middle name is Tamara, and it's like Tamarack jacket. A couple of the ladies in the quilt guild have made them. We had a class. I was working. I missed it. So I'm kind of out here doing it on my own, but Nate. So B, I'm gonna need one of those jackets, right? That's what she's saying. She texted it, but I can hear it in her voice in my ear. Girl, we can be twinsies. Let me show you the back. So this is actually like exactly what the quilt looks like. It's for those quilters, you'll know what I mean when I say it's an on point quilt. And so what that means is we take the block, the quilt block, and we turn it on its side so it looks like a diamond. And so I was working with this quilt and I kind of held it up, and then April took a picture of me like with it on my back. And that is exactly like, I don't know if you guys can see the little like kissy marks in one of the strips of fabric. But there's like paint splotches, and there's like an Alice in Wonderland, black and white. I am so excited to make this. I was actually going to work on this tonight. However, I started this quilt over a year ago, and it just kind of got put aside, and it was one of the projects that I was going to finish, like I said, at the retreat. But really what happened is I don't have enough blocks. I didn't have enough blocks to complete the entire quilt. So there we are. The entire jacket. I could have made the quilt, but not the jacket. So I have to find the rest of my fabric for this or buy some new fabric. And all of these are pretty common fabrics that I can find at my local quilt shop. But yeah, I'm going to keep the black and white and red theme going. And I'm going to make this jacket. Let's see. So in the chat, I am so sorry. If you have given us your name, I can't remember it or did not see it. Please, please, please put your name in the chat for me, because I remember you. You have shown up pretty consistently. I just don't know your name. If you're willing to share it. If you're not, that's fine too. Girl, we could call you Rolanda, or Carrie. I don't know. Whatever you want your name to be. But yes, Linda is here. Welcome, Linda. So good to see you. I hope you are doing and feeling well. Robin says, I got a pattern to make one. As soon as I get situated, I'm making one. I ripped mine, but it's very old anyway. Okay, so it sounds like you've already made it, and so you're looking to make it again. I would love to do that with you. So we might need to chat offline and talk about that. There are hellos and everything in the chat. And I'm Martha. Martha, thank you, girl. Thank you. I will remember that forever now. Miss Joy says, and Robin says hello to Linda and Martha. Sandra says, a great job. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much, sweetie. I am having a blast. I love it when you guys say hello and welcome to each other in the chat. So yes, I am going to start sewing. That's really all I have for I guess like show and tell. Let me explain how I do this wonky. So Tote, that is my friend from work, and her name is Sandra. And anyway, yes. So for those of you who didn't see it, today I'm going to be sewing a wonky star block. And what's going to be special about this is these are all scraps, or like like scraps that I picked up at the free table at the retreat. So at our quilt guild meetings and our retreats and things like that, we always have a free table. Why? Because there is always somebody. I'll show you. Picking this up, I got a lot of fabric, you guys. This one, okay. So these are all like what somebody had left over from a project. And as you can see, like, you know, there's things cut out of them. It may not be a full yard. Sometimes it's just this, right? And sometimes it's just this or this. But I spotted this. This is a lot of fabric, okay? And, you know, it's not necessarily like the bright, vibrant colors that I love, but there was so much of it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to need to take that. And I waited. This was another one. I waited to the very last day to make sure that nobody else wanted this fabric. And then I yanked it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a quilt from the fabrics that I picked up at my first retreat. And then that quilt will be special because why? Well, it will always remind me of my first retreat. So let me make sure my iron is on. Yes. My wine is good. Sometimes that's a question, y'all. Sometimes that's a question. It is good. We are good to go. I'm going to switch you guys over to this view so you can see what I'm doing. All right. I have cut up my fabric into blocks. Now, some of this, like the background fabric, some of this is mine. I didn't get enough of the light colors to do the whole quilt. That is fine. And I have 3 different let's um just me. Let me see. Okay, can you hear me? Sorry. I hit the mouse and accidentally like clicked out of the live. Thank you, StreamYard, for keeping the live still going in my absence. But okay, back to original programming. So I was saying, um, these are the 3 fabrics, and they're cut into 4-inch squares. Yes, girl, we can hear you. Okay, fine. Great. All right, so these are the okay, I cut them into 4-inch squares. And to make my star, give me one moment to make sure I can all right, we're good. I actually feel like that's clearer. I don't know, but great. Okay, so to start, let me move that out of the way and grab some more wine. What I need to do is iron 4 blocks or squares that are going to be the points of my star. Whew. Let me get this going so we can turn on the music and I can sew and relax. Do you guys notice I have my voice back? Last Friday, I was struggling a little bit. It had been a weird week. One day I had no voice. The next day I had a little bit of voice. Then it was getting better. And then I talked a little bit too much. And then it was leaving again. But I will say this. Here's the thing, guys. You know, I judge the success of the stream by how many people tune in, how many people comment. And what I wasn't expecting is last Friday, when I was experiencing a little bit of that overwhelm and wasn't able to pull it together to sew something during the live. And I just kind of sat on my couch and talked. We laughed together. We giggled a little bit, like all of the things. It was fun. And it had good numbers. So what I'm thinking is maybe once a month, maybe that's what we do, right? We sit, like I sit on my couch, you guys do what you do, and we just talk all things quilty. you know, we could talk about projects we're working on. You guys could send me pictures. I could show those pictures. I know it would be great to put some faces to the names. Miss Joy says, hey fam, let's not forget to hit the like button. Yes, please. If you are tuning in to the Oh So Happy channel for the first time, or this is your first live, please like, and I'd love to see you again. So go ahead and subscribe. It is a tiny free gesture that lets YouTube know that small creator content is important and helps push me out to more people. So yes, Jackie, what you doing? You know what? I have so many hype girls on here. I just love it. Yeah, it's cool. So anyway, yes, I am thinking about maybe doing that, you know, sitting, because there's so much planning and, you know, looking through patterns and figuring out what you're going to do. Okay. So what makes these stars wonky is the fact that the points are different sizes, right? In all other traditional blocks that we do, you know, we want our points to be perfect, and we don't want wonkiness. And so it's a little bit different to do this, but it's also fun. And so I'm going to show you how. Now, the first thing we need to do after we iron is go ahead and mark the middle. And we need the middle so that we can make sure to keep our 1/4 inch seam allowance as we create the points, okay? So let's move these out of the way. All right, the first one I did with the other fabric. Now I'm going to use this fabric. Okay. All right, so it's kind of, if you guys have ever done foundation paper piecing, in a way it's like that, whereas it's a little counterintuitive. So just making sure that you guys can fully see what I'm doing. I am all right. Let's say I want my points of my star to look like this, right? What I'm actually going to do is flip it over, sew a 1/4 inch seam right here, and then flip it back. Okay. So let's just do it so you can see it. All right. You also have to remember to put your fabrics right sides together so that when you flip it back, everything is facing the right way. All right. So now I am going to take my rotary cutter, and you will see the point come to life. Definitely tell me in the chat if you guys have ever made this. Those of you who sew, made a wonky star quilt. All right, so moving over past the comments, here is this is a shorter point, right? All of this is above the star. It will make sense so soon. All right, so the next one is going to be like that, right? But in order to get it, I have to do it like this. And now what I'm doing is making sure that I am overlapping that middle point again, so that I have my 1/4 inch seam. And yes, I am. All right, so there's a lot of back and forth with this, like cut, sew, measure, cut, cut, sew, measure, cut. So I will figure all of this out, the best way to do it, and have all the things in all the places so that I can get to them. Now, those of you who know how tempting it is to hold on to all scraps, even the little ones, because there are quilts that will use the little ones, I will say that a rule that I have is if it is a scrap of a scrap, it needs to go in the trash. Okay? Unless you have like the perfect plan for it. Okay? And so, there we are. See how this one comes up a little higher than that one? And that's how we get our wonkiness. Oh, April's in the house. Hey, girl. Hey. You missed the presentation of the Everything But the Sewing Machine tote. I showed it. There were rave reviews, and I did tell them how instrumental you and the rest of the quilting squad was in helping me make it, and how I named it April Flowers. I thought that name was very, very appropriate. All right, so I am going to take this. Let us click back to the big screen. All right, so here we go. Now you see the picture. And honestly, I think, like, for me, the wonkier, the better. I really like how this one goes all the way to the end, you know. But yeah, so I'm just going to make a bunch of these. Now, I have a question for you. Should I invert some of these, right? Inverting means like the pattern would be the background and the star would actually be the like off-white tan color. I'll check in the chat in a minute to see what you think. So do we want all, and keep in mind, even though these, the background is very low volume, so that means it's giving you like solid, but up close, they're different. One of them has white dots. One of them is more like a grunge type of look. And I have another one that has little like tan triangles in it. But anyway, yes. So I could make the quilt with all the lighter background and the darker stars, but I could also highlight some of the fabrics that I received at the quilt retreat. By the way, April, I am using all scraps that I picked up from the free table at the retreat. So this will be my quilt that I will always remember as a little like keepsake from my first retreat. So anyway, I haven't sewn this one together yet, but we will get there, and I will make some more of these so that you guys can see that. Let me check in the chat, and then I'll turn on the music and just start sewing. Let's see. A scrap of a scrap is my friend. Tay, you don't know how deep it goes, girl. Like, us fabric people, we be trying to hold on to every piece of fabric. And sometimes you just have to let it go. Okay. A scrap of a scrap needs to go. April says, you did such a phenomenal job on that tote. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for being my my shoulder to huff and puff on when I'm stuck, when I have to pull out the seam ripper, when I have to do all the things. And then thank you for saying, you know what, that was yesterday. What are we doing today? Right? She would not let me dwell on the things that I did wrong. And so, yeah, you need that voice in your life sometimes, right? Robin says, I purchased the pattern for the tote and can ask where you got the inside tote. Yes. So we understand that that is an issue, that I think that they don't sell the 5 drawer tower anymore, but there is a way that you can either buy a larger one or maybe 2 smaller ones and combine it. I will get all the details together for that, because of course, when I'm doing the second one, you guys will be here for part of it. So anyway, let's see. Robin says that would be cute. That's a great idea. Then bring it so we can stop. Yeah. Okay. I love that idea. Yes. I can have like blocks in the back that people sign, or maybe the whole back or something. Love that idea, April. Love that. Martha says, it's fun to shake it up a bit. I like the inversion idea. It's pretty. Okay. I love it. If you guys like it, I love it. And okay. So let's see. I am going to, okay, so April just responded, you can buy 2 3-drawer sets, and the drawers are like removable, detachable, and that way you can create the right height. So yes, it can be done. So yeah, okay, let's get started. Let's get started. Let me not click out of the live stream again. I am going to turn some music on and get to sewing. Let's see. Where shall we start? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to be competing with the music. Please let me know if I am. I will try to look up occasionally as I'm sewing, check for that. So, all right, I think this will work. I'll put this out of the way there. This over here. Tay says the sound is great. Fabulous. You see me struggling. Here we go. I am struggling. See, just that quick, I lost it. Like, what am I doing? Okay. Oh. That would go this way. That's not the way we want it to go. We want it to go. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, got it. Yes. And you know what I'm gonna do? I just get out of the way to do this a little bit faster. Okay, I have to make this happen. Okay. Is this gonna work? No. Let me do it the way I've been doing it, okay? All right. I guess the problem is if I leave the other piece on there, I'll end up sewing onto it. All right. Now, I will say there is a step that I will do later that I'm just choosing to not do right now because I'm trying to be like somewhat efficient where there's so many steps for each block. You know what I could do? Okay. All right. It just came to me. All right. So here's another star. Let's see. Just so you can kind of see it coming together. So see that? I am going to sew one side on the next two and then do all the cutting. So it's going to be a little bit of like chain piece. There we go. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, and do I have enough pieces? This one. Yeah. I don't think I cut enough. Four. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do one of the inverted squares. Sorry, switching music.
Okay, bitch, check this. I know bringing me down is a part of your checklist, but you can't cause I'm feisty. You mad in the corner, I'm here sipping iced tea. So many bitches wanna down me. On the way to the top, can't reach, can't find me. Better chill with them looks. AK over here on the beats, making hits with hooks. Okay, boy, let's talk about it. I know you snitch, don't check. So many people wanna down me. On the way to the top, can't reach, can't find me. Nah, I'll be on the G5, rocking some knee highs, some bad bitches vibe.
Let's do that one then.
Just roll with it. Just
All right, hold on. Let's see.
Just roll with it.
See what's going on in the comments.
Flow. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Just better catch my.
Okay. All right. So Martha said, "Cheers." I hope that means you had your drink too. I be forgetting. Cheers, ladies. And Tay says music or said music is fire. Martha said brushing my teeth and dancing. That is a first. I love it. Tay is getting it with the dancing and the clap, 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 clap. April says, I went to Zumba yesterday and acted like I was in my 30s. And she called me to the front to lead 2 songs. I know what songs they were. Hey, tell me if you know what this means. We were going to our songs too back in the day. The songs that made you get up. If you weren't already on the dance floor, go to the dance floor and act like you think you Beyonce. Act like you think you Eve, okay? Act like you think you Sierra. Becky says, oh, shucks, I just sat down. Now I gotta get up and dance again. I love it, guys. I love it. Alright. So see, do as many as you can at one time. It's better for your time, Oops. I hate doing one step. It just feels like it takes forever. Although, April, I will say, I talked about how, I was trying to, while on the retreat, lean into slowing down. April turned to me and was like, girl, where's your patience? And it just reminded me, like, oh yeah, not in a hurry. No need to rush. Just slow down and relax. So it's I'm a work in progress, y'all. I'm a work in progress. It's probably why my baby, Grace, eats like a chipmunk. Okay. She shoves the food in and then she's got the cheeks. I'm like, girl, slow down. Ain't nobody stealing your food. All right, so I ironed all of these and then I'm gonna cut them all and then I'll go back and do the second point of the star and then we'll be done. It's two or three of them actually. So many things. So many things. This little mini mat, another thing I picked up on the free table. Listen, y'all, if you quilt and you are not part of the guild, you're sleeping, okay? The guild is the place where you can donate the things that you don't necessarily need anymore, or I mean, just to get things out your face, out your house. You know? In fact, I have this one because I'm forgetting that it's inverted. Yeah. And then people just like, I'm sure this fabric right here was a part of someone's quilt and they did not need it anymore. Okay, let's start again. The lighter color is not the background in this case. It is the point. So I must cut it in that way. I got a dog jacket pattern at the retreat. I'm excited for that one. Did I do it again? Yes, I did. See, slow down, girl. You trying to be fast, trying to do things fast, and you doing them twice because you ain't doing them right. Let's see. Looks like there was some stuff happening in the chat. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, so Rite says drop it like it's hot. Jackie says shake your tambourine. Ding 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 ding. April says yes, tambourine. Jackie says, girl, you know my knees remember those days. Woo, Lord, yes they do. Martha says, looks nice. I'll be right back. It's bedtime duty. She's putting away the little ones. Woo! Grace is still in DC. Hallelujah. April says, as soon as I hear the first song, the first beat to the song, I run to the front. I have one of the belly dancing belts that I wear now. Can't tell me nothing. Oh my God. All the songs. Those were all the songs. Man, thank God for the memories, right? Look, we're gonna be the ones 80 years old, still trying to drop it. But look, we'll have our walker, so we'll be good. We'll be able to get up. Joy says, I'm making homemade ginger tea and installing binding. I love it, girl. I love it. All right, so slowing down. Did I do? Okay, so wait a minute. Something's going on. Jackie says, "Am I the only one who can't see April's comment?" You can see April's comment. So her handle is Lola Lux Stitches. Lola Lux Stitches. That's April, y'all. All right. Different shit, I be putting it in motion. I got it stacked to the rim, ay. All I do is touch that rim, ay. And get a cut from the wind, ay. And we ain't nothing like them, ay. Yeah, that's really in my DNA. Yeah. Damn, I'm cold, I'm so clean. Look at me go, yeah, get on my team. Been on a roll, I got what I need. Look at me, I go, look at me, I go. I feel like I need to make these like a little bit more wonky. Look at me, I'm so fresh, so clean. Bringing it on, stack it with ease. Look at me, I go, look at me, I go. I'm stacking it with ease. Oh, April. I wanted to tell you. Look, I do have one. I thought I did. So this is, let's see. This is a ruler. These little dots, they might look like dots, but they're actually holes. You use this to figure out your seam allowance. And here's the thing. All machines do not have all the seam allowance listed. Okay? Matter of fact, let's see, on this one, I got them all covered up with my little Jimmy rig right here. But it's dusty in there. All right, so on this Janome 1600P, I have my 1/4 inch seam allowance, my 1/2 inch seam allowance, 3/4, and 1 inch. Okay. But what I needed for the tote was the 3/8. Now, there may be a line on here that is 3/8 from where the needle is. However, if it's not marked, I don't know what it is. And so you can use this to find it. So anyway, you know, we buy all the things, whether we know that we need them or not. And I was like, you know, that looks very, very familiar. I bet I have one of those. And I did. I'm going to play one of my favorites, y'all.
They wanted me to be something I'm not. No, I won't settle 'cause I know my worth. Nah, never ever. All these expectations, they don't fit my vibe. I'm a free spirit, a bird and flying high. That's my new version, a different side of me. My New Year resolution is not a fantasy. Oh, 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 oh. I'm not losing hope, no, 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 no. They wanted me to be something I'm not. No, I won't settle 'cause I know my worth. Nah, never ever. All these expectations, they don't fit my vibe. I'm a free spirit, a bird and flying high. I feel it all around me. We're all lost in a crowd of people always searching, who never will be found. Oh, 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 oh. I'm not losing hope, no, 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 no. They wanted me to be something I'm not. No, I won't settle 'cause I know my worth. Never ever, never ever, oh, oh, oh. Never ever, oh, 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 oh. Never ever, oh, 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 oh. Never ever, oh, 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 oh. Every single time I lay my eyes on you. Every single time I lay my eyes on you. I just wanna be with you forever. You know always feels like home with you. Every single time I lay my eyes on you. Honestly, it's you and me together. Every single time I lay my eyes on you. I just wanna be with you forever.
Perfect timing. Okay. So, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is I can't remember if I'd mentioned it, but I have been really interested in quilting in the hoop. And it's because, my free motion skills are not all that great. All right. So I have decided, I did a little bit of practice while at the retreat. I've decided to, give it a go. Like, get it together, get my practice on. I took a class, I'm going to say last summer. And for a while, I practiced every day. I challenged myself to 30 minutes a day. And, I was getting better. Not perfect, but better. And then I stopped. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm never going to learn it if I don't practice, right? Just like many crafts, you can take all the classes you want. But until you practice, you will not perfect your technique or rise to a level that makes you happy. And, one of the ladies in the guild, when I first met her, she was just kind of starting out. And here we are, like a year later, and her stuff looks like, whoa, now. All right. And so if there is anyone else who is interested in doing like a free motion challenge, did I spill something on myself? I've put a link in the description to sign up. I think I want to schedule, maybe we could do some Zooms where we're all just working on one particular free motion pattern together at the same time. Meandering is deceptively difficult. Like, it looks like it should be very easy, but a lot of my curves while meandering tend to get a little like boxy. So we could practice some of the basic ones. Meandering, loopy meandering, what's the one that I want to say? Swirls, paisleys. I love paisleys. I think I'm best at paisleys. And what's the other one? Pebbles, bubbles, whatever you want to call them. If you are interested in joining me in a challenge in April to work on your free motion or any other quilting skill that you're interested in improving, my thought is we could create a group offline and aside from this, still through Oh So Happy, but not necessarily, maybe it'll be live, I don't know. But we would do it independently on our own. We could do maybe one just practice sandwich to assess where we are with all of these different patterns, and then practice every single day and keep each other accountable. Maybe we'll get stickers or not like real stickers, but like digital stickers. We'll send each other like 100s or I see you, like, look at you doing you, and then we can kind of reassess at the end of the month and see how we're better. Like, I know we'll be better. I know for a fact, especially if, let's say, we pick 4 patterns and we just work on those 4 every day. or one a day, and then rotate through the 4 throughout the month. Does anybody feel me? Joy says, what does Joy say? Hold on, let me get to where I can see the comments a little bit bigger. So what is going on? Lola Lux Stitches, they're saying they can't see you in the chat. She just put in, I'm in. I know there's a little bit of a delay with me. But Robin says, no, I don't see April's. Joy says, smooth. Tay says, thanks, Jack Jack. I missed whatever that's in reference to. Oh, okay. Apparently, go to chat settings and click all messages. I did not know that was a thing. Alrighty then. Okay. That's weird. I wonder why you could see some and not all, but we'll get to the bottom of it. And then Joy says, do you mean edge-to-edge quilting using an embroidery machine? Yes, that is exactly what I mean. I thought, no, I don't have them. Where did I put them? I tore everything up getting ready for retreat. I have two. My Bernina comes with the embroidery module and 2 hoops. My largest is like a medium-sized hoop. I want to say 8 by 12 maybe. Well, anyway, I want to learn how to quilt in the hoop, but I don't have a magnetic hoop, which apparently makes it that much easier. I don't want to spend any money on one because I do feel like I will eventually either buy a completely separate embroidery only machine or upgrade my Bernina. So I'm just trying to figure out how to quilt in the hoop edge to edge with my current machine. However, not so, I mean, of course you can do more precise, perfect quilting with the machine. I saw one at the retreat where they had used a stencil, and that looked really nice. I've bought a stencil, but I haven't used it. I need to start trying to work with stencils because stenciling could look nice. But nonetheless, I need to work on my free motion. And so that's all I'm saying. April is free motion month for B. And anybody else who wants to join me. Robin says, not good at it. And I'm about to draw it on and free motivation what I drew. I'm not sure what you mean there, but it could be the wine. Tay says, does free motion drinking count? No, it does not. Joy says, I like to echo free motion. Yes. That's why I like Paisley's, because Paisley's is a lot of just echoing. Swirls is echoing, but it's a little bit more complicated because you got to leave yourself space to get out of holes that you've put yourself in. Joy says, it counts in my house. Tay says, April says, I'm in. Wonderful. And then Robin says, that sounds fun. Okay, so ladies, go to the link in the description. Unless you have, don't click off of the live though. Don't leave. You can do it after or whatever, but I have put a link in there just to sign up, like sending me, it'll send me an email that lets me know that you're interested in doing that. And then I'll figure out how we'll meet up, and I'll survey you guys and see when is the best time for you to meet up, and we'll do it. We'll get it together. We'll work it out. And actually, I want this quilt right here to be the one that I do I mean, I've done some free motion. Matter of fact, this quilt behind me, I did free motion quilting on it. It's not perfect. That is why it is hanging up and no one will ever see it up close. However, it's not bad, but I did break like 2 needles on it. I did, because I was moving the fabric at a different speed than the pedal, and I bent the needle, and of course it hit the plate at a place that it shouldn't, and bing, needle broken. So, all right, ladies, I think, do we have all the pieces that we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we do. Let's lay them out, see how they look, and maybe sew them together. Now, there's an important part that I missed that I want to show you guys. I need to remove the double layer of fabric. Can you guys see that? I need to remove this. Let me do that now before I piece these together. Yet another step. Ooh. Let me do it on just this one so we can see what this one looks like. And then keep it moving. All right. Do we have somebody new in the chat? Do I see? Jackie says, at Nate, if free motion drinking counts, I'm a pro. No practice needed. Linda Gray. Welcome, Linda. I don't recall seeing your name before, so I'm going to say you're a newbie. We love newbies here. Welcome to Oh So Happy. I'm B. I'm the creator behind Oh So Happy, and this is my little corner of the internet where I like to do things that make me happy, and it happens to be quilting. And all the friends here, they either enjoy quilting because they do it, they just love the art, maybe want to learn, all the things. But tell us a little bit about you, where you're from. I'm in the Northern Virginia area, right outside of DC. But we have California representing. We have, let's see, I want to say South Carolina. We have New Jersey. We have I think that's all I can remember right now. But anyway, we're kind of global. There's a lot of you in Canada who tune in, and I can tell because of the analytics, but you don't say hi, and I don't know why. We're Canadian friendly here, y'all. Introduce yourselves. We love you. You're welcome here. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Please, friends, please. Oh, these are the ones that I did. See, I get busy talking and I get confused. Yes, please. We love newcomers. I'm sure you're getting lots of hellos and welcome in the chat because that's how we roll. I am about to lay out a block. We're doing a Wonky star block. I'm about to lay out the block and So my first one together of the night. So 1, no, yes, no, yes, yes. I only need one of those and 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just came back from my first quilt retreat, and I'm working with fabrics that I picked up off of our free table at the retreat. So I'm making a little like keepsake from my first retreat that I will treasure always. And with a little bit of support from my friends here, we are all going to work on our free motion skills together in the month of April. And we're going to be looking good. I'm shaking the table. Let me just move that a little bit so you're not so shaky. We're all going to be looking good and doing a free motion by the end of the month. And apparently there's such a thing as free motion drinking. And we have a couple of experts in that on here. I tell you, you guys. All right. Just giving these another little press because I like it nice and pressed. This is my first time doing this block, y'all. I've loved it from afar, and for whatever reason was a little bit afraid to do it. I don't know why. I don't know. But now that I'm doing it, it's really not that hard. Okay. I want to remember where I put that. Okay. So the star in this case is this off-white color. So yes, I'm doing this right. And here are our wonky points. Okay. How are we looking? I think pretty good. And I actually like that a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, so I've removed my extra layer of fabric. And so we are ready to sew. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. What's going on in the comments, y'all? Wait a minute. Okay, so Lola says April says I see everyone. So apparently there's a setting where you have to say that you want to see all comments. I didn't know that existed. We'll find out more about it. Joy says I do all of my quilts on my embroidery machine. It's super easy. See, okay, so I'm gonna have to check you out. There's a lot of YouTube videos on Etsy. So here's the thing. I get the concept. I don't know how to work my machine. I've tried it, and the problem is, and I've looked through my owner's manual, I can't figure out how to get my machine to start at the end or the beginning, the end/beginning of the pattern, so everything links up, if that makes sense. My machine always wants to start in the middle of the pattern or wherever it wants to start, which is not necessarily where I need it to start. And I don't know how to do that. to get that continuous quilted edge to edge look. So if anybody watching this has a Bernina and wants to, drop in the comments how to do it, I would love to, or a video, a link on it. I just haven't been able to figure it out on the Bernina. I have friends who do it all the time on their Genomes, baby lock, all the things. I can't figure out how to do it on my Bernina. And one of the things that had me slightly stressed on Saturday is when I was taking my dog down to Fredericksburg, there was a demonstration that I wanted to go to that I missed, which showed me at the store where I bought my machine how to do it on my machine. So anyway, I will figure it out eventually, but I still want to do learn free motion, work on my free motion and ruler quilting. Maybe May will be all about rulers. I don't know. But for right now, April is free motion. That's what we're doing. So let's see what else. Just checking the comments. Miss Joy said, hello to my friend Linda Gray. I love it when there's connections here. Like so many of you are new to this channel, but you know each other from other channels. And I love that. And I have met so many wonderful people. Like I'll be hanging out on Miss Joy's channel. I love it, you guys. It's so great, the community that is built here. So Linda says, I want to do in the hoop quilting. Also, my goal is to spend more time learning to use my long arm. Ooh, girl, that's a whole nother rabbit hole right there, the long arm. I definitely look forward to one day having a long arm. I'm not there yet, but yeah, I mean, if you want to work on your long arm in April, girl, it's all the same. Like, join us. There's a link in the description where you can contact me, letting me know that you want to join. And so let's see. Nate said, hey, Linda Gray. Miss Joy says, I'm interested, but the length does not let you put, the link doesn't let you put your information in. Oh, no. Well, that's not right. Let me check that out. Let's see. Are we on here? We are not. All right. Well, that's connecting. Let me see. Okay. Linda says, I've been here a few times. Might have been under my other channel name. Gotcha. We got you, Linda. We're with you now. Nate is still on this free motion drinking. With an E missing from free, but there's a space where it should be. I love it. Somebody is getting their drink on. Okay, and then Miss Joy says, I got it done. Cool. Okay, I'm just getting caught up. Nate comes back with the asterisk, like I meant to write free. See, faux show drinking too much. Oh my gosh, Nate, you are killing me. She says, do we have a new iron? We do. We have a new Panasonic blue iron. We're test driving it. We're not quite sure that we're keeping it. It is an Amazon purchase. I do have a couple of concerns with it. So that is a to be determined. Miss Joy says, Wonky. Jackie is laughing. She says, I know, right? Nate says, I think I'll bow out gracefully. I've got way too much dip in my chip. Girl, you said you was going you had some stuff to do in the morning, so ain't nobody blaming you for dipping out. I hope you sleep well, girl. Drink a bottle of water first. That reminds me, where's my water? Drink some water so you don't wake up with a headache, all right? Joy says, bye, Tay Tay or Nate. We'll see you later. Nighty night, Tay Tay. Martha says, I'm back, y'all. The star is looking good. Thank you, girl. It was crazy for a minute. That whole like doing it the opposite of how you wanted to go, like with foundation paper piecing, it was throwing my brain off, my Friday night brain off for a minute. Robin said good night. Everybody's saying good night, Tay. Okay, girl. Well, you probably already snoring by now. But anyway, I love it. I love you guys. I'm gonna drink this water. Miss Joy has confirmed that the link does, or the my website does work, so you can sign up if you want to practice free motion or long arm or ruler, whatever you want to practice in April. We're going to all hold each other accountable. We'll kind of like do a little mini project to see where we're at the beginning of the month and then where we're at the end of the month. I can't wait. I think that's amazing. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this on the replay, join us anytime, because this is going to be an ongoing thing, because I want to get better. Being at the quilt retreat and seeing, I mean, I must have seen, there were like almost 20 women, and there must have been like 50 plus quilts. I mean, people brought things that they had been, working on for a while, set aside, wanted to finish there. There were quilts that were started at the retreat that were finished like in the same day. There was so much talent, and I was thinking about it as I was driving home. I mean, I would say, without even exaggerating, there was probably in that room over 100,000 hours of quilting time. Like when you add there are women there who are retired, who started quilting, in their 20s, some in their 30s, some like me. I started in my 40s, but as far as I'm concerned, I got another 50 years to go. Like, I got a lot to do, and I just want to keep getting better. So anyway, if you're interested, join us. Okay, if you're drinking alcohol, make sure you drink your water. I am going to turn on the music. Yes, Joy, there is a link. It's in the description towards the bottom or towards the middle. It's in the description. So yes, guys, sign up and I will reach out to you this upcoming week. It's my daughter's spring break. So, and as a substitute teacher, I am off work too. So I plan to get a lot done in this week. So anyway, we'll see. All right, music time. Where are we going? Oops, sorry guys. I need my larger board now. I think I want no, it doesn't want to do that. Let's go with how the fabric wants to move naturally. So I'm not fighting with it. All right, so these are 4-inch squares, which means they are going to finish at 3.5 and 3.5 and 2 is 7 plus 3.5 again is 8. No, yeah. I'm going to do Tote math too late at night. 3.5, 6, 7. 7 plus another 3 is 10.5. 10.5. These will be 10.5-inch squares. All right, moving that out of the way. And all right, let's get a longer playlist going.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. Oh, I've been running from the law. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Alrighty, guys. So, absolutely adorable. I actually think I like this better than, I think I like this better than this. Okay, that's going to. Okay. I think I like it this way the best.
I might be fighting with the music. The music might be kind of loud. Let me just pause that. It's playlist number 3. I'm trying to tell myself to remember. Okay, which do you like better or think that you like better? I'm going to, it's 11:30. Around about that time I start making mistakes, but I'm going to try to do the reverse, the lighter background and darker square. Oh, it looks like we've got more people going a nighty night. Let's see. I see. Good night, Martha. All right, girl. Yes. Sometimes you put the kids down and it's like, I'm ready too. Good night, Martha. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us. She says, thanks for being a nice place. Thank you. See you soon. Joy says, no, Robin says, awesome, Joy. Wait a minute. You have okay, I'm missing part of the convo. Miss Joy says, I made my first completed quilted tote last night. Okay, girl. If you like, please share a picture in the community room, or if it's okay, if you have it on yours, I can share it on mine. We would love to see it. April says, so much experience at the retreat. They not only love what they do, they love teaching, sharing tips, tricks. So true. So true. I've learned so much more attending the guild than I could ever imagine learning in a class. It is phenomenal. And the quilting community is so incredibly giving and loving. It's a good place to be, y'all. So let's see. Robin says it's a beautiful block. Joy says it looks great. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. For my first one ever, I'm not going to complain. I do like it. So I remember saying that it was, let me put this right here, playlist number 3. I'm going to start that back up while I prep this one for sewing it together. So come on, DJ, get it together. Is it starting again? No.
Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my working. I can't leave it all the chances, make it certain. Yeah, I had to lose it all to find my purpose. Yeah, but I won't do that twice, it made me nervous. Let's get to working. I'm like, check 1, check 2, gonna get the spins now. Want this, want that, gotta withstand that. Jokes on you, boy, tell me you remember. Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. Okay, I'm him. Ain't nobody on me shooting in the gym. It's always been on me, I always gotta boom. Everybody eat before I got my fill. Ooh, keep it real, ooh, yeah. I got my family and a plan B. If I don't get it, then we don't eat. I feel the pressure when I'm not weak. My demons coming like a stampede. But trust me, man, I got it. I'm never out of pocket. We ain't never playing tag. Your doubters are just nodding. Only seeing green, no wonder why I never stop it. While you turning up, I just go up. I'm like a rocket, yeah. While you turning up, I just go up. I'm like a rocket, yeah. Pressure make diamonds. Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my
I need to have these glasses tightened up. They keep sliding down my face, and it's annoying.
It's been so long I didn't see you on mine. You're changing what you look a different guy. I can't stop thinking about you since last night. Do you feel the same? Feel the same? Feel the same? Feel the same? Imagine if we did it right. Yeah, I feel like we could be so tight. We can fix it, it's gonna be alright. Do you feel me, babe? Feel me, babe? Feel me, babe? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. Look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. Yeah, we were kids, baby, the time flew by. I mean, when did it really had a vibe? We were never really said goodbye. I can see your face, your face, your face, your face. We just need some peace of mind. I got a feeling we will be alright. I wanna live with you by your side. Do you feel the same? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask. I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. I've been waiting too long to find in the one. I would do everything you ask in my love. About it. I know we can make it, baby. The word about ended. Maybe now is our time to make it. Our love is stronger than that. Do you believe that too? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you want. Been waiting too long. In the one, I will do everything you ask in my
Almost done. All right, y'all. Right one's fine. Right. Here you go. Nice work. Our wonky stars. Aren't they precious? I think I'm going to love this quilt. It's going to always remind me of my very first retreat. All right, guys, let's see. I'm going to check in the comments one last time.
Let's see. Everybody says looks great, looks great, looks great. Beautiful block. I love that, guys. And you know what? It is so super easy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of steps. It feels like for it to be wonky, right? Like it should be easier. um, but no, it takes the time that it takes, and that's okay. Because guess what? Who's in a hurry? I'm not. I'm taking my time, living my life, being in the moment. I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this Friday night and being with me as I piece together my first wonky star. April says alternating the dark and light is perfect. Yes, I think that is definitely what I'm going to do. I know that there was a email that went out, people requesting a brown for a particular project that they had. And so we did end up with a lot of brown and like muted colors for on our free table. But you know what? That's all right, because I still think this this quilt is going to look amazing. So I'm going to keep working on it. Hopefully by next week, we can be piecing it together. So Linda says looks great. Thank you so much, ladies. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening. If that means sleep well, it means sleep well, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be here next Friday, excited to see you. So take care, be well, and soulful. Bye, everybody.